Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous morning here in my homestead, North Carolina. Check this out. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I probably just look really dumb. It is cold out. That's what I was trying to prove to you guys. It is 25 degrees. But the good thing is I am not using a stick and string. I love hunting with a bow, but there comes a time in the season when you're ready to put it down and go cowboy on some dang white-tailed deer. So coming off of a big afternoon last night, my dad actually put the hammer down on this big 8-point buck that we have been hunting over on one of our local properties. I know it's cold, I know it's a good time of year, and I know there's big deer on this property. So that's the three things you gotta have to put a big deer on the ground. Dad's in here getting his stuff on. There's Papa Myers. Waiting on him. We're gonna go get in the Tundra, head over to the property, go get set up. It's gonna be a good morning, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Just got to the property, got the four-wheeler unloaded, getting ready to head up. Dad's hunting right here near the truck. I'm gonna go on up into the backwoods, so we got a little bit of a four-wheeler ride. It's gonna be cold. Well, guys, we're set up in the stand. Just now getting daylight enough to film and to shoot. We've already heard one shot, but it was a pretty good ways away, off down up on the other mountain. The spot that I'm hunting this morning is it's just a pine thicket. And the idea is that these deer come way up on top of this mountain to bed down during the morning. And this area is kind of a natural transition area from their feeding areas at night and the areas they go and hang out at night to their bedding area. The majority of the bucks that we got on this camera, they show up in daylight hours, and they're always in the morning times. So we just need one to slow down long enough for me to get a shot on him. Well, so far, guys, we've only seen the one deer, a little 4-point. It looks like he had just started peeing on his glands. Which I think these deer over here on this property, for some reason, they're a little bit farther behind on the rut. And that's typically the way that it goes. We're thinking between 8 and 9:30 is when we're going to see the majority of our deer, just based off of the moon phase and the weather. So I think that right there was a bonus deer. I think the deer that I'm hunting, I think this next hour to hour and a half is when I'm going to see him. So we'll see what happens. That's our shooter, guys. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Man. That's a good 8. He's not huge by no means. But that's a good deer, man. He came right in behind those 2 does. Man, the first time I seen those does, I was telling you guys that something seemed funny. They come through and then they come back. And it was just kind of odd. And they come back and walk straight up. Well, sure enough, man, all of a sudden I seen a deer moving. Back up there behind them. Got the camera on it. Sure enough, it was an 8-point. When I first seen him, I thought he was bigger than what he was. And then he came out and I seen him again, and I thought he was smaller than what he was, but then he come out and I got a good look at him. He's just a good 8-point, guys. Man, that's what you come here for. That's the biggest deer I've ever killed with a muzzleloader. That's the first buck I've killed with my CVA. And what did I tell you guys? 9:30 on the dot. I told y'all between 8 and 9:30 is when we're gonna see a buck. I love that stuff, man. God, that is awesome. We're coming straight off of an afternoon where Dad shot a big 8 last night. I shot this 8 this morning. Oh, man, how awesome is that? That's freaking cool. I'm gonna get this bad boy reloaded. Try to calm down and quit shaking. And call Dad and let him know what happened. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. We got down out of the stand. We'll walk down here and see if we can find some blood. I know he was feeding. He came in off this trail. He was feeding right in here. And he jumped and kind of went this way, and then turned and went down this little road bed. I don't see any blood right now. All right, we got some blood right here, guys. Looks like some good lung blood. Good bright red. So that's good. It's good, good, good. The last blood. I know he went into this stuff here. I found the path that he's on where he turned and went out of this big main strip right here. So I think what I'm gonna do, because it's not been that long after I shot and he's not laying like right here where I can see him, I think I'm gonna pull out and go get the four-wheeler, go pick Dad up, bring Dad up here, give it a little bit of time. Have 2 sets of eyes on the blood trail, because I mean tracking this deer through these pines can be tough. I'm gonna take my orange buff thing off, and I'm gonna lay it right there, so that way we can come back, we can find that blood pretty easy. But I'm gonna go pick Dad up, and then see if we can get this deer loaded up or found. We'll need to find him first. I think he's dead. I think I double lunged him. Good bright red blood. Come in pushing does.
Really?
All right.
back up here, guys. Went and picked Dad up. We're gonna walk down here and try to get back on the blood trail. I left my book bag back down at the truck just to make it a little bit lighter. I think this deer's dead, looking at the blood. I think it's a definite double lung shot. I just want to give him a little bit more time just to make sure. I think it was somewhere right in here. I know you could see, I laid it down right there, but I know you could see some. You got blood? Right here he is, guys. Piled up. He didn't go far at all. All right. Well, guys, we got him drug up here. If you guys take a look at him, like I said, this is not by no means the hugest deer, but I am proud of him. I've never killed a deer this big with my muzzleloader. And when he come walking up, man, all I could see was these real tall brow tines, and he got me fired up because he come in grunting and pushing those does. It was pretty daggum cool. Double lunged him. I don't think he ran maybe, I'm gonna say maybe 40 yards and then piled up. But he's a good deer to shoot, man. He's a mature buck. He's got these real tall brow tines, and he's got all this kind of funky stuff going on over here on his right side. He just has a lot of character. He's got this one main beam that actually cuts back almost over the top of his ear and then does a hard hook and comes back too. So he's got a lot of character and he's really unique. And this is the first deer that I've killed off this property. And like I said, the first buck that I've killed with the CVA muzzleloader since I've had it. I've shot a doe one time before with it, but this is only the second deer and the first buck that I've ever killed with it. So I'm just absolutely tickled to death, guys. Just an absolute beautiful, beautiful morning. It was nice and cold. Seen some deer. The deer cooperated, and like I told you guys, when I was sitting up there this morning, I said I think if we shoot one, it's going to be between 8 and 9:30, just because of the moon phase and the way that these deer are reacting to the moon in the mornings. And man, it was almost like clockwork. About 9:15, I seen those two does, and they come up the hill and started feeding. And then this dude wasn't maybe 3 or 4 minutes right behind them, and I don't know if you could hear it on film or not, but he come up that hill just a grunting. And come up and was sitting there kind of waiting on them does to finish eating, and he was getting ready to kind of push them off. And fortunately, I was able to drop the hammer on him. So guys, this has been a good morning. It's been a dang good weekend, rolling right off the back of Dad shooting his biggest deer with a muzzleloader last night, me shooting my biggest one with a muzzleloader this morning. Just a all around cool morning, and I'm blessed. So it's been good, guys. If this is your first time to the channel watching Southern Extreme TV, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the top left corner. It'll mean the absolute world to me, guys. I'm trying to grow this thing as big as it'll go, and I can only do it with y'all's help. So I really appreciate you guys watching and taking time out of your busy day to hang out with me. We got a couple more tags to fill and a lot more hunting to go. So hopefully we'll be getting some bigger deer on the ground, and hopefully the luck will stick with us, because we certainly need it this time of year. So guys, thanks for watching Southern Extreme TV. I'll see you guys next time.